that somewhere in your life you got photobombed. Dr. Taylor is up preaching and darkness photobombs his preaching experience. Here it is. He's doing what he's gifted to do. He's doing what God had called him to do, and suddenly, without warning, everything goes dark. I stop right there because that's somebody's insufferable situation who has come to church today, and as holy and happy as you're trying to look, you have been photobombed by a dark difficulty. You have been photobombed by an unforeseen predicament, an unexpected problem. And now the photobombing has left you wondering if you're going to be able to make it. The photobombing has left you in a dark place of disappointment. The photobombing has left you feeling toe up from the flow up, and you're wondering if you're going to be able to get back up. If I am at your address and hollering at you, hang out with me, because that is exactly what's going on by way of the context of our text. By way of context, the people of God in this passage are being addressed by a writer that is unknown but in no way unwise. As a matter of fact, the writer is writing and speaking specifically to the situation they find themselves in. Scholars have come to understand that the book of Hebrews was written to Christians in Alexandria. Alexandria is in Egypt. That's in northeast Africa. And so here they are in northeast Africa. They receive this message that speaks to the situation they find themselves in. It is a marvelous message. It is powerful, profound, and picturesque. It uses their language, speaking a language they can relate to because of their Judeo background. And with that being the case, the writer recognizes that one of the effective ways of reaching and teaching people is to start where they are in order to bring them where they ought to be. You don't start where you are and hope they catch up with you, but if you sure enough know how to teach and preach and reach people, you recognize you've got to start where they are. And once you are speaking their language, once you relate to them where they are, then you can expose them to another world. And with that being the case, the writer is wisely and winsomely writing this marvelous and matchless missive, this empowering, enlightening, and emancipating epistle. Watch it, to a people in Alexandria, there in North Africa, who are catching hell, who are being oppressed because of the way they were born. I got to stop right there, because you do recognize that what they were experiencing back then, that's what some of us catch even right now, especially to live with our skin kissed by nature's sun in what Maya Angelou called these yet to be United States of America. Oftentimes we are judged, we are profiled, we are stereotyped and castigated over how God made us. I got to do that one more time. They were under attack because of how God had made them. I was not even going to deal with this, but I might as well go ahead, because recently we've had too much of it. But did it not trip you out that Rush Limbaugh had the unmitigated gall to get upset that Idris Elba is being considered to play James Bond, and he then had the racist nerve to say that a black person should never play James Bond? What is Rush Limbaugh saying? As he has a huge following, he is saying that the color of his skin, how God made him, precludes him in the twisted mind of Rush Limbaugh from playing a certain character. Y'all still not getting this. Even Denzel Washington, in all of his dynamism, Sony Pictures got caught. They got exposed recently. That's why we've got to support filmmakers who decide, I'm not going to wait on Sony. Thank you, M.K. Asante, for not waiting on Sony to tell our story, because Sony was caught, watch this, via email saying that Denzel Washington would not sail internationally, so therefore they had to be careful. Did y'all see that about placing black characters in lead roles? Y'all still missing this? Do you not know that Denzel Washington, according to them, is the finest actor of this generation? So hold on. It means you got the skills, you got the talent, but in their warped mind mindset you still can't play to an international audience. And what y'all not getting is the fact that there are people that think like that when you go to get a job. There are people who think like that when it's time for your promotion. There are people who think like that when you try to apply to get a car or apply to get a home. And that mindset is still sick in the spirit and structure of white supremacy in the United States of America. And that's what's going on in the context of this text. Because of how God made them, they were catching hell. Because of how God made them, they were under oppression. But then watch what happened. The writer writes them, and I love it because the writer says, don't you worry, because if you walk by faith and not by sight, God is greater than your hater. If you walk by faith and not by sight, even the folk who came against you, God will bless you right in front of them.
West Baptist Church, come experience the Lord.